And the well, you were saying earlier, you were saying cynical. Well, you had to move to Paris, and then well, you could break free.
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the first songs that you were saying? Well, I've lost my cynicism now, and I'm well free again on this album.
Was one of the first songs?
Yeah.
Well, one of the really first songs that I identified with was the one on there, "Come to New York," actually, which is like something I wrote, moving to Paris. Really, it's like because I was thinking back on that time, and that whole song is just about this feeling that like I moved to New York. I didn't really have a lot of options. I had this imagination of stuff I wanted to do, but I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of connections. I didn't have a lot of contacts, prospects. I didn't really have any prospects. I just had this really active imagination and a lot of stuff I wanted. But the city, I felt like the city was just like a new suit, and I was like wearing it. It just like fit me really perfectly. And so that whole song's kind of about like this kind of idea of, some of the lyrics talk about, find a new life and all these different things. Basically imagining these things, and then maybe they can come true. And it just felt like, even if I was down to my last $5 in New York, on the street, but I just still felt like really close to something, that I could get. And I loved that feeling. If I had $5 and like a drink in my hand and I was like in love or something like that, it was like I still felt like I had all the options in the world.
You were saying close to something, but did you ever find that something?
That's a good question. I don't know if I don't know if I ever found it or not. I think like
well, do you know what you were looking for then? Because the two questions: did you find it, or did you know what the it is?
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, in one sense, definitely, I definitely did find it, but maybe it wasn't exactly everything I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I mean,
what did you find then?
I moved to New York with a lot of ambition, a lot of drive, to be in a rock band, to be successful, to do something musically that I was proud of and felt was, expressive of something that was tangible and real and honest, And at a certain point, my dream came true in New York. I mean, Girls Against Boys took off, totally succeeded beyond my wildest expectations in the 90s, So yeah, my dream in New York completely came true. Now on the other side of it, I knew, amazing things like that happen in your life, you kind of sometimes think, well, maybe it's not going to last forever, So the best things happened in New York in my life, and also eventually it hit something, a ceiling, and it just like started to kind of fracture apart. I started to fall apart, mentally, emotionally, lots of different ways. And so then I kind of watched it just slip through my hands too, all in the same city. So it's like, I think I kind of went, went from the gutter to the glitter, back to the gutter again, and then like left the city. And maybe in retrospect is when thinking back on it, it's actually, as I said, I became cynical. But looking back on it now, I'm not anymore. I mean, it's like maybe what I get out of it, what I was looking for was just to live that moment, and now to let it be what it is. So it's just part of growing up. I mean, I think I was just looking to grow up and do something interesting, and I did,